Welcome to ATG Sports Plus. I'm Jessica Kiko.
And I'm Zach Haiku. Tonight, we bring you the top stories from the world of sports, starting with the adrenaline-pumping opener of the SRL Charter Cup Series, where Becky Acker dominated the Mesh Logic 100.
We'll also dive into the thrilling finishes at the VWE Defiance wrestling event, where a new world heavyweight champion was crowned in a night full of surprises and fierce competition.
And we can't forget the Space Race Series, where riders tackle the new track's tricky, rocky sections, showcasing some incredible recoveries and speedy laps.
Stay tuned as we bring you these stories and more right here on ATG Sports Plus.
Big weekend at Watkins Glen on Saturday for Jessica. Luke Carmona clinched the top spot at the SRL Premier Stocks on Saturday, marking a stellar performance.
Absolutely, Zach. Right behind him, we had Kathleen Spitfire showing formidable speed, snagging the fastest lap and a second-place finish. Morticia Velota rounded out the top three with some impressive driving.
Not just about the race winners, though. The championship standings as of April 30th are heating up. Morticia Velota is leading the pack with 397 points.
That's right. And Kathleen Spitfire is not far behind at 381 points. Romeo Highwater is also in the mix, holding third in the standings with 353 points. It's a tie race at the top.
And let's not overlook the rookies making their mark. Rachel Dallas, named the rookie of the race, is showing potential in the championship, already sitting at 8th with 213 points.
Each race brings its own drama and excitement, Zach. Speaking of which, the next race in the SRL Premier Stocks calendars were not to miss. Who will climb? Who will falter? It's all to play for in this thrilling championship chase. Exciting action at the Luck Be a Lady Raceway for May 2nd's Truckin' Tuesday, Zach. Kathleen took home the victory and also nailed the pole position, a total win with 25 points.
Indeed, Jessica. Gracie followed closely, securing second place with 22 points, and Sora wasn't far behind, capturing third with 20 points. It was a competitive race from start to finish.
The points spread across the board really shows the tight competition. Mason grabbed 18 points for fourth place, while Marcus took fifth with 17 points.
Let's highlight Becky, who finished sixth but also scored an extra point for the fastest lap, tying her with Marcus at 17 points. It's those extra efforts that can make a big difference in the standings.
Absolutely, Zach. The lower half of the top 10 also fought hard, with Taylor, Ghost, Brody, and Sarah rounding out the ranks. Each race brings new challenges and excitement to the series.
Shaping up to be a thrilling season in Trucking Tuesdays at Luck Be a Lady Raceway. Can't wait to see how the next races unfold and how the drivers adjust their strategies. What a race at Luck Be a Lady Raceway on Saturday, May 4th, Jessica. Kathleen Spicy just clinched the win in a spectacular showdown in the SRL Premier Stocks.
And what a lineup behind her. Emmy Blueberry took second place after starting from the pole and even clocking in the fastest lap of the race. Jesus Crisp wasn't far off, rounding out the top three with a solid performance.
It was quite the field that night, with Romeo Highwater finishing fourth and Grace Williams in fifth. It's always thrilling to see how the strategies play out among the top contenders.
Speaking of strategy, the rookie of the race was none other than Grace Williams, who also managed to secure a top 5 finish. That's a noteworthy achievement in such a competitive field.
Absolutely. And with the series pushing through the season, every point these drivers earn is crucial. Looking forward to more edge-of-your-seat racing as the SRL Premier Stocks continue. Welcome to a thrilling recap of the Mesh Logic 100, the very first race of the SRL Charter Cup Series, which saw some intense competition on the track, Jessica.
Absolutely, Zach. Taking the top spot was Becky Acker, who led from the pole and clocked a winning time of 25 minutes and 14 seconds. What a start to the series.
Right behind her was Kathleen Spicy, who not only grabbed second place, but also set the fastest lap of the race, timing in at just over 14 seconds. That's some impressive speed.
Mason Rainier wasn't far off either, finishing third and rounding out the podium. Despite being over 7 seconds behind Acker, Rainier showed strong performance throughout.
The track was definitely buzzing, and the fans got their money's worth. Looking ahead, the Charger Cup Series heads to Finger Lakes Speedway next week. It's going to be another exciting showdown.
Indeed, Zach. And with the top 3 setting the pace, the full championship standings are taking shape. Becky Acker leads, followed closely by Kathleen Spicy and Mason Rainier. We'll keep you updated on how things unfold as the season progresses. Stay tuned.
Will do, Jessica. What a fantastic opening race to kick off the Charger Cup Series.
Hey, Zach, let's dive into the SRL racing calendar with some upcoming events that are sure to captivate fans.
That's right, Jessica. First up, we have the SRL Super Trucks event set for Tuesday, May 14th from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. It promises to be a high-octane hour of racing.
Following that, we move to Dirt with the SRL Dirty Thursday Dirt Late Models on Thursday, May 16th. This race will be a quick but intense half hour of action from 2 p.m. to 2:30 p.m.
Absolutely, and each race offers a unique challenge, from the agility and speed of the super trucks to the gritty, thrilling competition of the dirt track.
Indeed, Zach, fans are in for a treat across different terrains and setups. Make sure you don't miss any of the action as these drivers showcase their skills in battle for the top spots in their respective categories.
Perfectly put, Jessica. It's going to be a week full of adrenaline and tight turns. We'll be watching closely to see who takes the lead in these exciting races.
Big news from the Outrun Grand Prix. Emmy Blueberry just clinched her first ever win in the Grand Prix One World Championship, Zach. After 6 seasons, she's finally at the top of the podium.
Incredible achievement, Jessica. And with that win, she's not only secured a personal milestone, but has also helped Carmona GP1 to lock down the Constructors' Championship with a race to spare.
Right. And let's not forget, Emmy's victory has propelled her from 3rd to 2nd in driver standings. She's now just 6 points behind Candy tomorrow as we head into the season finale.
Speaking of the finale, it's all set for May 5th at the exciting El Castillo track for the 2024 Gran Premio de Mexico. With 15 corners to challenge the drivers, it's a perfect setting to wrap up what's been a thrilling season.
Oh, absolutely. And with the points so close, it's anyone's championship to win. We'll be keeping our eyes on that battle for the top spot between Emmy and Candy as the Grand Prix 1 season reaches its climax. Exciting developments from round 9 of the FVA GT Super Series at Tall Pines, Zach. The sprint and main races both delivered thrilling action on the track.
They sure did, Jessica. In the Tall Pines Sprint, Azria Evergarden clinched victory, starting from 3rd on the grid and finishing with the fastest lap at 25.625 seconds. Evely and Valky Skylaker followed closely, landing 2nd and 3rd respectively.
Moving to the Tall Pines main event, Azria Evergarden made it a double win for the weekend, starting from a challenging 10th position to finish 1st once again. Jesus Cripps moved down to 2nd after starting from pole, while Evely climbed from 9th to 3rd, making a significant jump in the standings.
With these results, the GTSS Drivers' Championship has seen some notable shifts. Azria Evergarden now leads with 436 points, followed closely by Luke Carmona at 430 points. Candy Tomorrow holds 3rd with 251 points, illustrating a competitive top tier.
The GT Super Series driver statistics also highlight Azria's dominance this season, leading in points per race, average race results, and total race wins, including 4 fastest laps, which is a testament to her consistent performance across the season.
Absolutely, Jessica. And looking ahead, the competition remains fierce as drivers vie for position with only a few rounds left. It's shaping up to be a dramatic conclusion to this season's GT Super Series. Welcome back, race fans. We've just wrapped up the 2024 season of Grand Prix 1 with the Mexican GP on May 5th. And it's been a thrilling ride.
Absolutely, Zach. Round 12 at the El Castillo track saw Emmy Blueberry from Carmona GP1 taking the win, setting a new lap record at 33.582 seconds. Nicole Dallas and Valky Skylaker rounded out the top three.
What a race. But let's not forget the journey. The season kicked off with the Egyptian GP, where Candy Tomorrow from Husaria Racing clinched the win, followed by Valky Skylaker and Emmy Blueberry.
Then we had the Bay Isle GP, with Emmy Blueberry taking first, followed by Skylaker and Salve Markov. The British GP saw another win for Blueberry, and Skylaker and Tomorrow completing the podium.
The Canadian GP had Valky Skylaker in first, with Blueberry and Cameron Finesmith following. In Liechtenstein, Skylaker topped again, followed by Tomorrow and Blueberry.
The Japanese GP was Skylaker's show, winning ahead of Blueberry and Candy Tomorrow. The French GP saw Emmy Blueberry back on top, with Skylaker and Cameron Finesmith trailing.
The Costa Rican GP had Skylaker taking the win, Blueberry in second and Paso Lopez in third. The Outrun GP was a win for Blueberry, followed by Skylaker and Tomorrow.
In the US GP, Skylaker took the victory, followed by Blueberry and Tomorrow. The Mexican GP, of course, saw Blueberry winning with Nicole Dallas and Skylaker in tow.
For the season, the top three in the Drivers' Championship were Valky Skylaker with 155 points, Emmy Blueberry with 113, and Candy Tomorrow with 91.
On the constructor side, Carmona GP1 dominated with 268 points, followed by Husaria Racing with 180 and Hiss with 121.
What a season. Highlights include Skylaker's incredible consistency and Blueberry's impressive wins.
Indeed, Zach. Stay tuned for the next season, starting with the Egyptian GP. Mark your calendars for another thrilling year of GP1 racing. Zach, with the season now wrapped up after a sensational round 10 at Straka, we've witnessed some remarkable performances throughout the GT Super Series.
That's right, Jessica. The conclusion of the season saw Astria Evergarden taking the championship with a dominant 492 points. What a stellar season for Evergarden.
Absolutely, and not far behind in the standings was Luke Carmona with 449 points. Carmona showed great pace and consistency, making every race count.
And let's not forget Candy Tomorrow, who secured third place overall with 287 points. From start to finish, this season delivered thrilling races and intense competition among the drivers.
Eli Bennett also deserves a shout out for moving up the leaderboard with some fantastic late season drives, including his win in the Straka Main from a 7th place start.
With the season concluded, these drivers and their teams will no doubt be analyzing performances and strategizing for next season. The off-season will be busy with preparations and improvements.
Indeed, Zach. We've seen incredible skills, strategic brilliance, and sheer determination. Congratulations to all the drivers, and especially to Astria Evergarden, the 2024 GT Super Series champion. We look forward to seeing what the next season brings.
The racing world is gearing up for the 7th running of the CARMONAIR 500, Jessica, an event that's become a fan favorite over the years.
That's right, Zach. Scheduled for June 2nd, 2024 at 11 a.m. Second Life Time, the drivers will take on the CARMONAIR Super Speedway at LC Racing Circuits. It's one of the fastest tracks on the circuit.
Certainly is, Jessica. The long straights and tight corners of the CARMONAIR Superspeedway test both the skill and nerve of every racer daring enough to push their limits.
With past races setting the bar high, the top spots are highly contested. We'll be watching closely to see who emerges victorious and how the points stack up in the championship standings.
Definitely, Jessica. As we track the leaders throughout the race, we'll keep an eye on who claims those crucial podium spots. This race often shakes up the leaderboard, so it's a key date in the racing calendar.
Oh, you know it, Zach. It's one of those races where anything can happen, and that unpredictability is exactly what draws the crowds. Can't wait to see how it all unfolds.
Excitement is building in Harport City this week, Jessica, as the Harport Derby Championship kicks off with an entire week packed with horse flat racing events.
That's right, Zach. Starting Monday, May 13th at 9 a.m., the opening ceremony begins, complete with live music, setting the stage for the first race, which starts at 10:15 a.m. Competitors, remember registration closes at 10 a.m. sharp.
And the action continues throughout the week, Jessica, with racers scheduled every day from Tuesday, May 14th to Friday, May 17th. Each race starts at 10:15 a.m. with riders needing to be registered by 10 a.m. at the latest.
Each day promises thrilling 3-lap races at the Harport City Horse Racing Track, Zach. With over 10,000 lindens in cash prizes for the top 3 finishers and bonus salto gift cards for the top 10, the stakes are high.
Oh, for real, Jessica. And if there are more than 10 riders, they'll be divided into groups, ensuring everyone has a fair shot. Plus, gate positions are drawn randomly, adding an element of surprise to each race.
Going to be a fantastic week for equestrian enthusiasts and a great opportunity for riders to showcase their skills. Make sure to be on time to catch all the action live from Harport City. This week in fishing competition news, we've seen a flurry of activity across various locations, Zach.
That's right, Jessica. The spotlight was on multiple fishing game competitions with a mix of locked and still open contests. Highlights include the DB Happy Hooker Fish and Photo Competition, where a staggering 1,530.14 pounds of fish were caught.
Speaking of impressive hauls, the Just a Weekend Hooker Comp topped the charts with a total weight of 1,718.73 pounds. Meanwhile, competitions like the Gimli FC and Key Largo Fishing remain open for those still looking to cast their lines.
Moving to individual accolades, Mr. 349 Dreadlow leads the top running totals with a whopping 1,585.32 pounds. Tremere Ember and Tia Princess Resident follow closely, making their mark in the fishing community.
And in the specialized categories, Rachel Resident snagged the largest single catch at the Whopper competition, landing a 98.48-pound barracuda at Pebbles Island just yesterday.
Over at the stringer competition, Renee Aislinn Resident led with a total number on the stringer of 18.97 across 4 catches. Chrome Blakewell and Gabrielle Larimore weren't far behind, showcasing their skilled catches.
Lastly, in the weekly featured species tournament focusing on sturgeon, Little Miss Sweet Stacy Resident claimed the top spot with a 94.85-pound catch, followed by Jeff Goodnight and Terracetta Resident.
Been an exciting week for anglers, Jessica, with both seasoned and novice fishermen showing off their skills across diverse and challenging competitions. Wrestling fans are in for an action-packed week across various venues in Second Life, Jessica.
That's right, Zach. Starting Monday, we have UFW Unbroken at 5 p.m. Second Life time in Verzona, followed by FWF Blood at Studio FWF at 7 p.m. Second Life time. It's going to be a thrilling start to the week.
Moving to Tuesday, the excitement continues with DCW's Battle Zone at 3 p.m. Second Life time at Blackburn Theater, and then ramps up with Honor Pro Wrestling Infinity at 6 p.m. Second Life time at Percade.
Wednesday features a midday showdown with Premier Wrestling's Royal Clash at 12 p.m. Second Life time at Lionheart Arena, a perfect midweek highlight for wrestling enthusiasts.
Then we head into a bustling Friday with DCWF Slam City at 2 p.m. Second Life time in Little Italy, VWE Friday Night Defiance at 6 p.m. Second Life time in Capital City Arena, and cap it off with UFW Nightfall back at Verzona at 8 p.m. Second Life time.
Saturday's lineup is just as stacked, Zach. Premier Wrestling Unplugged starts at 1 p.m. Second Life time at Unicorn Highlands, followed by Elite Angel Wrestling at 4 p.m. Second Life time at Sacred Island, WPWF Asylum at 6 p.m. Second Life time at Sky High Arena, and then FCW Mayhem Night at 7 p.m. Second Life time at FCW Arena.
Finally, Sunday offers a full day with OEW Seek and Destroy at 9 a.m. Second Life Time at Takeda Bay, VWE Sunday Night Endurance at 3 p.m. Second Life Time at Capital City Arena, and the week wraps up with UFW Frontline at 7 p.m. Second Life Time, again at First Zona.
Absolutely, Zach. From high-flying maneuvers to intense rivalries, each event promises to bring drama and excitement. Wrestling fans, mark your calendars and don't miss out on these spectacular matchups throughout the week. Get ready, folks, as we dive into the high-energy world of wrestling. This week's matches were a spectacle of power slams and breathtaking aerial maneuvers that have left us all in awe.
That's right, Jessica. The echoes of the crowd are still with us as we saw Titans of the Ring clash, champions triumph, and moments that will go down in wrestling history. Let's delve into all the intense action from this week's Epic Encounters.
Wrestling fans were treated to an out-of-this-world experience at the FCW Force Mayhem event, where Star Wars was the theme of the night. Zach, the opening match set a galactic tone for the evening.
It really did, Jessica. Casanova took on the role of a Sith Lord against Jedi Master Tanny Rinkman. It was a clash of light versus dark, with Cassie initially dominating. However, Tani showcased her Jedi resilience, turning the match around with a powerful camel clutch and ultimately securing victory with a decisive powerbomb.
Then, in the second match, we saw Darth Firecracker face off against Princess Sophia Nakamura. With her twin sister Serenity by her side, Sophia was fueled by the spirit of justice. Despite Firecracker's threats to send her to Mustafar, Sophia used the Force to her advantage, countering Firecracker's tactics and finally pushing her from the ropes to win with a pinfall.
And the main event was nothing short of epic. Felicia, the bounty hunter, came in fully armored, jetpack included, but found herself completely outmatched by the spectral force of Carmille, the bird force ghost. Carmille's ethereal powers overwhelmed Felicia, tossing her around the ring with ease and ending the match with a thunderous powerbomb.
From Jedi Masters to Sith Lords and Force Ghosts, FCW Force Mayhem truly brought the Star Wars universe into the wrestling ring. What a night of thrilling action and intergalactic showdowns.
Let's jump right into the electrifying results from WPWF Ragnarok on May 4th, Jessica. The action was nonstop.
It sure was, Zach. Starting with match 1, the Tag Team Championship ladder match saw Vesuvius, Carmelita, Marcel, and Soledad defeat the Vicious Vixens. It was a high-flying affair with ladders used creatively, and Soledad clinching the victory by climbing up to grab the titles.
Then in match 2, the underdogs, Kimberly Smith and Joanne Steele, secured their number 1 contendership for tag team title. They took on Mirai Zaibatsu in a tough fight, with Kimberly pinning their opponent for the win.
Match 3 was not for the faint-hearted. Vena the Kraken Piuta faced off against Riku Hara in a Siren Rising Championship barbed wire rope match. Both competitors ended up bleeding, with Vena coming out on top in this brutal contest.
Moving on to match 4, Hisatsu took down Ouroboros in dramatic fashion. The match saw an unexpected twist when Dahlia returned and attacked Rowan Whitesong, leading to a fallout with Lady Death and punishing finish by Hisatsu.
And finally, the main event was a spectacle, Zach. Samantha Foxy defended her WPWF World Championship against Katie Carter in a street fight where falls counted everywhere. They battled across the entire arena, culminated in Samantha suplexing Katie into a stack of tables for a hard-fought victory.
What a night at WPWF Ragnarok, Jessica. From ladder climbs to barbed wire and brutal betrayals, the wrestlers truly gave it their all. Fans were on the edge of their seats from start to finish.
Wrestling fans were treated to a spectacular evening last Thursday as DAW returned with the off-season show, DAW Crossfade, at the Tune Music Lounge.
That's right, Jessica. The night kicked off with Mix 1, where the newcomer Awazame faced off against Donner. In a surprising twist, Awazame clinched the win 2-1, showcasing her speed and ferocity against the more seasoned Ram.
Moving on to Mix 2, we saw an intriguing matchup between Lilith, the vampiric rabbit known as Bad to the Bun, and the hillbilly beaver Becky May Beather. It was a close contest, but Lilith managed to edge out a 2-1 victory.
Then there was the innovative Speedy Breaks mix in Mix 3. Alexa, the Slate Otter, and Pauline Driscoll, the freaking Paragon, battled it out in a fast-paced 6-minute match. Pauline took the win 4-2, using quick strategy to secure her points.
In Mix 4, the Lucha lemur Yasina took on the Red Empress, a calculating rhino. Despite Yasina's agility earning her a point, it was Red Empress who triumphed with a 2-1 score.
And in the main event, the massive non-title fight between the cyberdemonic Deimos and the newly crowned DAW Maximizer Sasha Winters ended with the Video Bear Sasha defeating Deimos 2-1 in a tightly contested bout.
DAW Crossfade will be back on May 23rd at 6 p.m. Second Life time at the DAW Battlements in Aris City for a go-home showcase. And don't forget, the excitement builds towards their monumental appearance at SL Sci-Fi Con with DAW Alive 2 on May 30th.
This week at VWE Defiance, fans witnessed a night filled with surprises and intense matches, culminating in a new world heavyweight champion.
That's right, Zach. The evening opened with a dramatic match where Danny secured a win over Kasumi Hayata. The match took an unexpected turn when Yukitama attacked Kasumi after the referee was down.
In the backstage area, tensions flared between Javier Azul and Ren Blackheart. Despite Kurt Bombastic's warnings about Ren's trustworthiness, Javier was convinced to side with Ren, setting the stage for a future match.
Moving on to match 2, Nile and Nightfire triumphed over K-Pow. Post-match, the arena erupted as Nile and Maxwell Ryan ganged up on K-Pow, only for Morgan Jones to make the save with a well-timed skateboard strike.
In a heated dialogue segment, Austin Knight confronted Benya Nirvana, but when it seemed they might reconcile, Austin betrayed Benya, targeting his injured leg in a shocking betrayal that involved Drewski Oxley and Kurt Bombastic.
Match 3 saw Angel Cole defeat Brooke Owens under controversial circumstances. Duncan Delicioso distracted the referee, allowing Becky to strike Brooke with the quota briefcase, tipping the match in Angel's favor.
The stage was then set for Alexa and Sybil Halsey, who agreed to a deciding match after each scored a win against the other, escalating their ongoing rivalry.
In match 4, Ian Champ stepped in for Sam the Man against Cody Howley. Amidst the chaos, Sam attacked Cody, allowing Ian to pick up the victory.
And in a thrilling main event, Brackman Wilder ousted James Gray to become the VWE World Heavyweight Champion for the 4th time, despite Duncan Delicioso's attempt to sway the match. Cody Howley's timely intervention helped seal the deal for Brackman.
What a night at VWE Defiant, Zach. The arena was electric, setting a high bar for drama and action as we head into the next slate of matches.
And that brings us to the end of another exhilarating journey through the world of wrestling. From the dramatic throws to the last-minute turnarounds, it's been an absolute thrill.
Sure thing, Zach. Thank you for joining us as we witness history in the making, of every match writing a new page in the saga of this sport. Until next time, keep your wrestling spirit alive, and we'll be right here to bring you all the action only on ATG Sports Plus. Take care, everyone. Let's dive into the thrilling results of the SL Cycling Federation's latest race Saturday, May 4th, Zach. The event featured an arduous route, including a long climb over the Alpine Hill and a descent through the hairpin bends, all culminating with a sprint across a new road bridge in town.
That's right, Jessica. The challenge kicked off with 2 intense qualifier races. In the first qualifier, a Valkyrie resident took the top spot, followed by Antonio Parquez and Nichi Niax. These top 4 finishers moved on to the Division 1 final.
The second qualifier saw Morticia Velota lead the pack, with Giacomo Resident and Umbreon Viper right behind. They too advanced to the Division 1 final, setting the stage for a showdown among the top riders.
In the Division 1 final, Umbreon Viper emerged victorious, showcasing remarkable endurance and skill on this demanding course. Valkyrie Resident secured the second spot, with Morticia Velota rounding out the top 3.
Meanwhile, in the Division 2 final, Sean Carlucci 7 Resident claimed the win, overcoming Atomic Infinity and Arabi Resident in a race that tested the resolve and stamina of all participants.
And let's not overlook the fastest laps of the week, Jessica. Meisha Mermaid set the pace with an astounding lap time, leading over Giacomo Resident and Morticia Velota, who also posted impressive times on this challenging circuit.
Truly, Zach, the combination of steep climbs, sharp descents, and strategic sprints through the town made for a captivating race day in the SL Cycling Federation. What a spectacular display of cycling prowess we witnessed.
Welcome back to this week's Space Race Rundown, where racers took on the new track on May 11th, battling through a tough section of rocket terrain on their old-school solo bikes, where no drafting was allowed.
That's right, Zach. In Qualifier 1, Morticia Velota took the top spot, followed closely by Sean Carlucci 7 Resident and Antonio Parks. Morticia showed impressive skill maneuvering through the difficult sections.
Moving to Qualifier 2, Evelina 95 Resident claimed first place, with Kenny Tomorrow and Atomic Infinity not far behind. Each racer showcased their agility and quick recovery after those tricky rock bumps.
In the Division 2 final, Anna Marie Poe Resident finished first, with Tanya Yarvinen and Tron Udall rounding out the top 3. Some great strategic moves there, especially considering the challenging course layout.
And in the highly anticipated Division 1 final, Morticia Velota again dominated, taking first place. She was followed by Evelina 95 Resident and Candy Tomorrow, who also made strong showings throughout the race.
As for the fastest laps of the week, Morticia Velota set the pace with a leading time, demonstrating her speed and control across the challenging terrain.
Indeed, Jessica, it was another thrilling week in the Space Race series, with racers pushing the limits and delivering some spectacular moments. We're already looking forward to the next race and more top-tier racing action.
And that's a wrap on today's exciting sports coverage here at ATG Sports Plus. I'm Jessica Kiko.
And I'm Zach Haiku. Thanks for joining us for another action-packed episode. Be sure to tune in next time as we continue to bring you the latest and greatest from the world of sports.
Until then, don't forget to keep the ball rolling on the virtual field.